We've seen some heartbreaking betrayals in WWE over the years, but Alexa Bliss insulting Nia Jax may be one of the most heartbreaking things we've ever seen.
Yeah, you got that right, Michael. Nia Jax had Alexa Bliss's back ever since Bliss joined the Raw roster. They even had a seemingly stable friendship. But when Alexa thought the cameras were off, the world learned what Little Miss Bliss truly thought of Nia Jax.
And with a handicap match like this, things are bound to get out of hand. Destroyed.
Alexa Bliss looking stymied.
She certainly has her hands full here in this handicap match.
Yeah, but I doubt this is her undoing. She still seems to have plenty of fight left in her.
She's really had a tough time getting out of the gates here tonight. She needs to make a change, and she needs to make it now.
Shayna Baszler is no stranger to championships. She goes for the cover. And Alexa Bliss gets out of the pinfall.
Have to put in a little more work than that.
Ooh, that's how you dominate your opponent.
Going back to that night that Shayna Baszler became NXT Women's Champion, I think it's pretty telling that Ember Moon didn't ask for a rematch. Ember Moon, a woman who embraces a gothic lifestyle, was scared to fight the submission magician again.
Well, who wouldn't be scared after seeing Baszler ram her own dislocated shoulder into the ring post that night? Baszler wasn't a magician that night. She was a maniac.
She goes for the cover.
And there's the kick out by Alexa Bliss.
Not yet. When you talk about great rookie years, Shayna Baszler's first year in NXT has to be in the conversation. She got more done in 3 months than most competitors do in 3 years.
You gotta believe this one's over. Oh, what a kick. Michael mentioned Shayna Baszler's first year in NXT. Consider the fact that her first match was in January of 2018. By the end of the month, she was competing on NXT TakeOver. By April 2018, she was NXT Women's Champion.
Okay, and guys, the time between her debut and winning the championship was just 88 days. She ascended to the top of her division in record time, fellas. Faster than other amazing rookies like Sheamus, Yokozuna, even Brock Lesnar.
If you ask a member of the WWE Universe about the 4 horsewomen, they'll likely refer to the quartet of Charlotte, Bayley, Sasha Banks, and Becky Lynch. However, there's another group that lays claim to that moniker, and it includes Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, both groups actually met face-to-face at the Mae Young Classic. Ronda Rousey, Jessamine Duke, and Marina Shafir were there to root on Shayna Baszler, and they met with WWE's group. Rousey told them, quote, "You name the time, you name the place."
The two of you brought up the collision between WWE's and MMA's 4 horsewomen, courtesy of Shayna Baszler. In the time since that showdown, Ronda Rousey has joined WWE, while the other 2 MMA horsewomen have begun NXT training. Guys, that showdown looms ever closer.
I, for one, cannot wait. Not only because we'll see some of the best MMA and WWE competitors meet in the ring, but I'd love to see Baszler put Sasha Banks in the Kirifuda clutch and make the boss quit.
We've seen handicap matches throughout WWE history that can display someone's incredible...
Going for the cover. Well, she's got a tremendous amount of resilience, so I think she's got something left here.
She just will not give up, Cole.
Alexa Bliss gets out of the way quickly.
Nailed it. No matter what era of WWE history we look at, or if we're talking about present day, the handicap match can be dangerous for all competitors involved. And if you're a superstar who's outnumbered, you have to be extra careful about ending up on the losing end of things. A beating could stop and never end depending on how the odds shake out.
That's very true, Michael. With that being said, though, just because a superstar is on the side that has the numbers advantage, history has also shown us that it's important to stay focused on the mission at hand and take care of business. rather than to get cocky because you have more people on your side of the ring.
This might be it.
Oh, my.
She dodges that one.
Oh, nasty impact.
Now the old vicious head crank.
Look at the torque.
Oh, my goodness, this hurts. Oh, and here's a cover.
Oh, look at the squeeze. It's on like a vice grip.
Oh, that just looks nasty. Just wearing down the opponent. Uh-oh, watch out!
Oh, they Russian leg sweep.
×2.
I thought that was it.
Wow, I thought for sure that was it.
A handicap match is the type of match where a superstar or superstars square off against respective opponents, and one side has a numerical advantage against the other. This could be a singles match or a tag team match, and as we've seen through history, can include any amount of superstars. Talk about a game of roulette.
Oh, no. Handicap matches have been part of the WWE for decades. The superstar who's seen the most handicap matches out of anyone is the iconic eighth wonder of the world, Andre the Giant. Andre took on teams of 2, 3, and 4 men at a time. The Giant's opponents could be in the ring at the same time, or one man is in the ring and the team members are on the ring apron, similar to the traditional tag team contest.
Handicap matches are some of the most unpredictable matches in sports entertainment. The great Andre the Giant traveled the world and defeated teams in all numbers. In the ultimate show of dominance, Andre would stack his fallen opponents on top of one another and pin them all at once.
Shayna Baszler is probably the biggest bully in all of WWE. She's tough, but her intimidation factor can defeat an opponent before the match even starts. Corey, how should a competitor approach Baszler?
Everyone who's seen even a modest amount of success against Baszler has done so by kind of building a weird immunity to her mind games. Ember Moon lives in the darkness. Kairi Sane thinks she's a pirate. And Nikki Cross, well, she's Nikki Cross.
Corey may have hit the nail on the head about strategy concerning Shayna Baszler. To avoid being intimidated, you need to be a little insane, because once you learn what the submission magician is capable of, fear is going to set in.
That's easier said than done, Michael. If you're of the right mind, you're well aware that Baszler will deliver the pain unlike any other NXT performer. In that case, you need to embrace the power of denial. I don't think anyone expected Alexa Bliss would win the SmackDown Women's Championship at TLC 2016. Well, anyone besides Alexa Bliss. But Bliss prevailed, beating Becky Lynch for the title in a tables match.
I totally knew that was going to happen.
Alexa's just plain scary when she gets going like,
Ooh, what impact. Huge opportunity here for Alexa Bliss.
insult to injury.
If that doesn't end it, I don't know what will it be?
Byron Bliss really shocked the world when she beat Becky, because a tables match is about surprise. Normally it takes 3 seconds to win a match, but a quick powerbomb through a table made history for Bliss.
Yeah, people will say Bliss came out of nowhere to win. I mean, she was fresh from NXT, where she never even had a takeover match. They didn't have a t-shirt at the time. But since then, Bliss has truly evolved into the goddess of WWE.
She may be one of the WWE's smallest superstars, but Alexa Bliss has proven herself dangerous in the ring. Byron, what strategy should a competitor use against Little Miss Bliss?
Well, Michael, as you mentioned, Bliss is the smallest woman competing in WWE, and you have to use your size advantage against Alexa. Keep her grounded, and you won't get hit by Twisted Bliss or insult to injury.
Earlier in this matchup, Byron gave me his insight into a strategy against Alexa Bliss. Now, I have to ask Corey, what do you think the key to beating Bliss would be?
You know, normally I'd be insulted by you asking Saxton about wrestling strategy before me, but I gotta say, there aren't too many ways to beat the goddess. Even if you ground her, she still has that bodybuilder strength to knock you out. Uh-oh. What a hurricanrana.
Throughout WWE's more than 54-year history, there's one superstar who raises their game even higher in a handicap match. It's the superstar with the motto, one versus all, and that's the big dog, Roman Reigns. On the February 20th, 2017 episode of Monday Night Raw, we saw Reigns accept the handicap match against the Raw Tag Team Champions, Anderson and Gallows.
Oh, the dreaded claw to the shoulder. Man.
Beautiful technique.
Uh-oh.
I'm afraid to think what's going to happen next.
She's dazed on the top turnbuckle.
And it's a long way down from there.
This won't end well.
She's looking at it. Harsh impact. Now, shoulders down. Alexa Bliss' jump to Raw has been a textbook example of division dominance. She won the Raw Women's Championship after only 19 days and kept an iron grip of the title for months afterward. She's in a bad way here, Byron.
Don't count her out yet, Michael.
And she drops her.
That was about as in your face as it gets.
There it is, it's locked in.
Smart maneuver.
She goes for the cover. Too close for cover.
I can't believe she kicked out there.
Uh-oh. She better do something fast. Look at this. She lets her out.
She better have a good reason for this, Cole, because she just had her seconds away from tapping, I think.
Shayna Baszler is no stranger to championships, having amassed titles in independent promotions and in MMA. However, the biggest jewel on the Queen of Spades crown was earned at NXT TakeOver New Orleans.
Michael, on that night, Baszler was determined to right one of the few wrongs in her NXT career. The first time Ember Moon met the submission magician, Ember escaped with a roll-up pinfall. Baszler did not suffer that same fate again as she made Moon pass out in the Kirifuda clutch and left as NXT Women's Champion.
Uh-oh. She better do something fast. Shayna Baszler making her move.
You gotta believe this one's over. Bliss is out of it, guys. Things do not look good for Alexa Bliss. Remember when Alexa Bliss made her debut in NXT? She was such a nice girl. She was an unbelievable handicap match victory.
Well, the numbers don't always tell the story in a handicap match. Here's another look.
These ladies weren't world beaters in this one, but the match provided a few fireworks. These ladies weren't world beaters in this one, but the match provided a few fireworks. These ladies weren't world beaters in this one, but the match provided a few fireworks. She'll be happy with the victory here, but overall, the match wasn't as good as I hoped it would be before it started. Happens sometimes.
Here are your winners, JAX and Shayna Baszler.
Sending a message to the entire locker room with that win. I can't say that I'm all that surprised about the outcome. When it's your night, it's your night.
There's no denying that was a Survivor Series match for the ages.